I got one of those stories that, to be honest with you, I just can't work out. So, if you came to me and said to me, can a person self-identify? So, can a person born of white parents identify as a black person and receive money? I would have said, are you crazy? It is not possible. It's ridiculous. People can't be what they want to be. 28 years ago, I did a documentary for the BBC. It was an everyman program. Now, it was a kind of docu-drama in that something happens and then you kind of dramatize it. And in that documentary, it was about a guy who had white Irish parents, white Irish grandparents. He, though, looked mixed race. And we all thought he was mixed race. And then when he told us about his parentage, we were all like, what? So this weekend, what happens? He is in every single newspaper. I mean, everybody is talking about it, right? Everybody's got an opinion. Even on the radio, it's just everywhere. So, everybody's got a comment. What's yours? I tell you mine. I don't know if it will help. Lots of people say to me that being black is about an experience. Well, have a listen to this.
One time, I was in the Cubs, and one night during break, we was all running around the courtyard making a whole heap of noise. The dog started barking. Caretaker comes out. Mean, evil bastard, right, with pebble glasses. And he's like, clear off, or I'll set the dogs on you. He took a notice. Suddenly, there's these two Alsatians chasing across. The other kid I was with went jumping over this wall, and I'm crouched down at the end of this alleyway. I heard footsteps. I just knew it was the caretaker. I looked up at him, and his face scared me. And he's like, don't turn around. The dog's right behind you. And all I've got to do is click my fingers. And he went, but he don't click. And he's going to get you. And suddenly he goes, run! And boy, I ran.
Yeah, that's his experience. So you're white, your parents are white, your grandparents are white, but that's what people are calling you. Okay. And yeah, before you start, one of the things I do is I try to ask questions that I think people really want to know. And 28 years ago, I asked him the question that everybody wanted to ask him.
Anthony, was your mum dealing with a black man?
Oh, come on, Eddie, man. What's the matter with you?
What do you mean, come on, Eddie, man? What's the matter with you? I'm only asking what you lot want to know.
Nah,
Hey,
oh,
Eddie, man, rest yourself.
No, that's enough, man.
Hey, hold on. Before this goes any further, all right? Anthony's got brothers, and all of them look the same, all right?
No, it ain't that. And yes, they are my real parents. I mean, I've looked at my brothers, my mum and my dad, and yeah, it's obvious they look like my parents.
Don't bother about their reaction, you know. They all wanted to know that. But when I think back now and I think about looking at him, I don't know what that would do to me. So you think you're one thing, and then all of a sudden everybody's treated like you're something else. So are you what you think you are, or are you what everybody else thinks you are? What must that do to your head? I know what it would do to my head. And in a documentary, and this is just to kind of illustrate why I think what I think. So I'm just showing you all these things, right? In the documentary, I say to him, well, I don't say it to him, but in the documentary, he is asked a specific question about how he sees himself.
Come to think of it, Anthony's not said he thinks he's black, you know. He's not said that in this room tonight.
Anthony, what colour do you see yourself as?
Don't ask him to say he's black.
It's an obvious question, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, when I'm alone in my bedroom, looking in the mirror, thinking about the stuff I've written down, thinking about my past, relationship-wise, pictures on the wall, I think I'm a black man.
Yeah, I know. We were all shocked when he said that. But he was saying what we thought. So until he told us, we all thought he was mixed race. So we all thought he was a person of colour. Now he's told us his background, even though we're still looking at him and he hasn't changed the way he looks, we're all surprised by how he sees himself. So the reason that he was in all the newspapers and everybody's talking about him is because he put himself forward to receive funding for underrepresented people within the theatre. The bit of it that I'm struggling with really in terms of this story is, what's his responsibility? I know you live your life like that. I know everybody thinks you're like that, but are you that? And is it fair for you to receive money that is aimed for people who are of African heritage? You know the uncomfortable truth about this, if I'm honest with you, because I don't know. I don't know if he should have put himself forward. I don't know if he should have received the money. I do know that I see or saw a mixed race guy. I do know that he has lived his life as a man of colour. And I do know he is a magnificent practitioner. That's what I know. Should he get the money? I'm going to leave that one to you. But the uncomfortable truth about this for me, if I'm honest with you, and it is really uncomfortable, that it shows that shadism is alive and kicking. Because check this. Even a failed white guy, and I'm hoping that you understand what I mean by that, excels as a black person in a way that a darker skinned person would probably struggle to do. Now, that's a subject we're going to come back to.